Welcome everyone to the Summit Point lap guide setup and some advice with the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport. I hope you enjoy it. I'm still trying to figure out, the best way to do things here without creating long videos and boring. So yeah, let's get straight to the point. I'm gonna do a couple of laps. Then I will explain you, show you my setup, and then I, give you a few pointers if you need more understeer, oversteer. We not all drive the same way, so yeah, that's it. Let's get to it then. Oops. Wrong camera. Okay, let me get my gizmos out. Where are they? We just need gears, so you can see better. Some pedals. Where's the pedals? Should have done a preset for this. Completely forgot. Sorry. Split. There you go. Actually, it's probably not a bad idea to. Yeah, I'll leave them at the top. I'll leave them here, right at the top. Now something for the lap time. Where's the delta? I want something basic without taking too much space on the screen. Is it this? No. Performance delta is here. Jeez, you blind or what? So yeah, let's go. Let's go. This track is very nice actually, I like it. The suspension on a Porsche looks like something, cheap, come out of eBay. Like bung, 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 bung. The coilover sets. $150 that's where you brake. Then try to get inside as possible. Third gear, don't bother with second, it's gonna give you a hard time anyway. On the brakes, fourth, try to get as in as possible. A little jump. Fifth, turn in, fourth. Now this second, try to get as in as possible. Don't make it too wide. Again, second. Then third when you get close to the curve, so you get a stable exit here. Then from third to fourth, lift off a little bit here, then smash again. Tires are getting warm up, so you need to allow me a couple of laps at least. Then again fourth on the brakes, get a good position and smash it all the way through. Now we'll be at the end of the straight in a couple of minutes. 150. Third gear, get on inside. Smash it. Yeah, left tires are still too cold. Lift off. A little bit. Third. Whoop, third. Fourth. Lift off. Smash it again. A bit late. Nearly. Whoop. Late again. Sorry guys, I had to make a cut. It's just really in order to make the video as short as possible. So I'm gonna show you the fastest lap I achieved until now. I believe I can still take half a second, roughly. I think the perfect lap on this track will be somewhere around 13.4, 13.3, maybe less a little bit. But yeah, I done a 13.8, and I think he's already a decent lap as a guide. And yeah, I'm trying to make the video as soon as possible so you guys have a chance to see it and yeah, practice from there. So let's watch it. I'm not gonna interrupt with, so you guys can focus on it. Just pay attention to where I use the brakes and max throttle and stuff like that. You'll see. Okay, let's go. First corner, you can brake just a bit after that 150 mark. Nice and steady on third gear, no second. Now let the car roll downhill, look. Very important, this part here. Actually, it was 13.9, I think. Yeah, I said 13.8, but yeah, 13.9. Now, if you wanna watch from a different angle, I don't know. Some people might play this way, use the chase camera, so might be helpful. You know, no judging though. For me, you guys play the way you want. Just do it fast. And my lines are not very perfect yet. Be very careful on the last corner. Enter slow so you always have a good exit. If you don't have a good exit, someone will pass you. Yeah. Okay. Now let's go to the setup bit. Okay, here's my setup. Summit points. Again, load. I'm gonna show you bit by bit, and I'm gonna explain you some bits that you can change for your own pace, for your own driving style. I mean, the car needs to feel right for you. So here we have it. So I'm using 17 on the left and 20 on the right. Say if you do more than 14s, if you keep on the 15s, 15.5, more than that, you might consider giving an extra PSI. Basically, yeah, for every 2 seconds per lap, you might consider raising an extra PSI because you're not going to be fast enough for the tires get up to pressure. And if you're faster than me, by all means, drop, see how it feels for you, but you might want to try lower down, drop down a PSI for you. Might work in your favor. So yeah, this is the PSI roughly for the lap time I do. Fuel, ignore it, that's for the race. I use the traction control, doesn't do much really. ABS, in any car, I try to keep it at 1 because it's the less intrusive setting. So it will feel almost like a non-ABS car, if that makes any sense. Alignment. Okay, regarding the cambers, I drove already in a few tracks with this car, and I think this is a sweet spot for me. And personally, I wouldn't recommend to change those. Toes. In any track, I try to keep my toes as 0 as much as possible. To minimize the speed penalty. Unless I don't have any other choice, in some tracks I need to help my lap times with the alignment. That's a different matter. In this case, I don't think it's gonna do me any good. Brake bias 62, probably can even go as low as 60. Again, when you build a setup for you, even if the car does have an ABS option, I recommend you turn it off on practice. Turn it off. Or learn the track with the ABS on is easier. After you feel comfortable, you do some consistent laps, regardless the time. Turn the ABS off and test the braking. Lock the wheels on purpose, and see which ones lock first. You need to try sort of lock the four wheels at the same time, because say for example, if you were to drive a car with no ABS, say for example, I like to hold the car on the brakes, so I don't drop down my gears as quick as some drivers. Some drivers, they like to drop down their gears really quickly to for the engine to help the brakes. But then again, if you have brake bias as low as mine, you might get wheel lock on corner entry, so your car might just you lose your tail basically. And yes, that's why I create that habit to not drop down the gears that quick, because in some parts of the track always it's useful when you want to nudge the brakes just a little bit, not to make that much pressure on the nose, or small corrections around the corner. It's much better if you have like a 50-50 braking, instead of say you're going around the corner, you suddenly went too wide, but you dab the brakes, and because your brake bias is too at the front, basically your car is diving, and you braking is going to make even worse, as if you have the rear wheels braking as same as the front or even more, helps the diving, so it's going to hold the car back. I don't know, I hope this makes sense. So yeah, suspension, this was the settings I use so far. You might want to try to soften the car a little bit if it's too stiff for you, but remember to try and keep the same ride heights. See, this is with a full tank, so you're losing fuel, it's gonna raise another millimeter and you'll be fine. I never had problems with it. Now, the tricky bit. If you feel like my setup is, it's got too much oversteer for you, you keep losing the tail, you don't feel comfortable getting out to the corners, it's easy. First of all, drop down the rear ARB. Not enough, raise the front one. Not enough, raise it more. Not enough, lower the rear springs. Again, keep an eye on the ride height. Basically, if you drop the springs, you need to replicate with the ride height. I mean, you need to raise the car to replicate the ride height again. Very important. So this is if you want understeer. Basically, if the guy is, you're chasing your tail all the time, you do this. If it's still not enough, which I believe it will be more than enough, you can always go to the alignment, get some positive rear toe at the back. Can you see the difference between the right and the left? See? It's not much. You can even get more than that if you lower the rear of the car, but I don't recommend that really. This will be way more than enough. So yeah, that's if the car is on his tail all the time. Now, if you suffer from understeer issues, that the car keep going straight, or just don't turn, don't turn, you wanted to turn more, it's the opposite. So this is as I have it. I have it. So you want more understeer, is the complete opposite. Raise the rear ARB, not enough. Lower the front springs. Again, keep an eye on the ride height. I'm not gonna change it again, you know what to do. Lower it, not enough. Can go to the alignment and you do the opposite on the rear toe. Basically you do negative, which is not very common, but I do it sometimes. Say for example on this car, I'm not sure which track is, my rear toe has this specific settings. I know it sounds like a lot, but yeah, that's how I drive. I'm always on my tail. I'm always on my tail. I'm not saying it's the fastest way, but it's, yeah, I got decent pace and that's how I drive really. I like to be on my tail all the time. So there you have it. I'm gonna load the tune one more time, not to mix things up. And you can check page by page again, double check it again. There you go, we load it. Yeah, it's loaded. So tires, 17, 20. Fuel is irrelevant. You wanna drop a couple, 20 liters for practice maybe. That's my ABS, traction control. My alignment settings. Probably I changed it too quickly. There we go. Can always pause the video anyway. Brake bias. Brake power is up to you really, depending on your brake pedal. And suspension. So that's it. Now let me just show you quickly something useful while you drive the car. I think it will help you. Oh no. Let's just keep this in front of us. Where is it? Take that off. Say for example, it's very useful and is specific. Well, it's not specific, but it matches with this car and maybe others. Say if you overcook a corner, don't panic, okay? Let me show you. There you go, third gear as usual. Let's go around. I need a different corner to show you. So basically, let's say you overcook that. See, you can dab the brakes. What? The tires are too cold. While holding the throttle, you can dab the brakes. Say, for example, here. Wait, no, I'm not fast enough. See, look. See, look. This is more useful on high-speed corners. Say, for example, this one here. Obviously, I'm trying to replicate something that I don't do that, you know, in such an obvious way. But see what I mean? If you overcook it, you might want to, you know, dab the brake a little bit to hold the car. So yeah, try it. You never know. Here he goes. I love this free camera. Wait. What is this? Look. Here's me. Oh man. Actually, this is nice for some footage. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and now let me know what you think of, instead of subtitles on a video, and I don't know, something maybe a bit boring and with less information. Maybe this way you can you know, slowly learn how to adjust your own setups. See you later.